My name is Zeta. And yeah, we've got Casey and Erica and even Daniel Behrens as well. And we are the heart behind the Collective Mentor Initiative. So I guess a little bit about myself and who I am. I'm a primary school teacher and have had a little bit of experience in mentoring in a work setting and also in a Christian ministry setting as well. I'm also part of the worship team at Discovery Church, but I know in this current time, it's probably been a little bit harder to do that. And a bit of a fun fact about myself, I'm actually the fourth Zeta in my family. I know I have a bit of a quirky name, but it's actually a bit of a family tradition, but it actually has the worst meaning. It means grandfather in Yiddish. So I don't know why my family chose that name, but it's become a big part of our lives now. But anyway, so in talking about the season and what I'm excited about this mentoring program, I just feel like Ben said, I feel like there is a need for mentoring, particularly in this current season that we're in, and just helping people like our, I guess our vision as a church in helping people find their place in the bigger picture and in our community as well. And I think that can be done through cross-generational discipleship. And I feel like there is a need for more mature people to come speak into the lives of our young adults. So I guess what I'm going to talk a bit about this morning is kind of like our purpose and why mentoring. So for our goal is to really empower our young adult community to continue to thrive and grow deeper in their faith with someone who is a bit further along the journey with them. And so kind of like, why did we choose mentoring? So a survey went out about a year ago for the young adults, and there was a high percentage wanting more discipleship-based training and mentorship. And I've been at Discovery Church for probably about 6 years now. And although I know the young adults community well, I didn't really know the church community outside of that. And I remember a few years ago, Mel Pause gave a sermon on the importance of having a mentor and seeking one. And at the time, I thought that was such a great idea, but I struggled with how to be able to find a mentor. And I wanted to make that step just something a little bit easier. And as a shy individual myself, I didn't really know how to go up to someone and just ask them how to be a mentor. And I knew that was going to be a bit of a challenge. So move forward to 2020. And with lockdown, I just saw that passion so much more for mentors and felt God place that on my heart to put this program together. So honestly, despite all the challenges of lockdown, I have seen God put this program together in placing the right people in this current season. And I know it can be hard really to find our place in community, especially due to social, emotional, and environmental reasons. But we want to make that a lot easier for our young adults and our church community in being able to, create that sense of community together. So breaking that generational gap. And so what our aim is for our older young adults to mentor our emerging young adults coming up under the ages of 25, but then for the older young adults as well to be mentored by the wider church community, trying to reunite those generations together. And I know sometimes we can kind of disqualify ourselves or limit ourselves based on our age or maybe stage of life. However, I feel like we need in the church cross-generational discipleship. We need in our world more mature people speaking into the lives of our younger generation. And so I just really want to encourage you, if you're interested in this program, to let God recreate in you a fresh passion and do not limit yourselves just because of your age or season that you're in. No matter the circumstances, you can make a difference in someone's life. So what is mentoring exactly? I'm actually going to get Erica to explain a little bit more.
Cool. Hey, I'm Erica. I'm a lover of dark chocolate, and I don't think anyone should be awake before 10 a.m. I've been attending Discovery Church since mid-2019, so just about 6 months pre-pandemic, so still trying to get to know, I think, everyone in the wider church. I came from a church before where I had a mentor, and that was something that was really, really great for me. And then stepping into a new church, I found myself just wondering, like, well, where is the avenue for that here? And realizing it doesn't really exist. And so when I had the opportunity of joining this team, I jumped right on it. I was like, yep, I want to be part of seeing this happen because I know how important it is. So yeah, today I just want to talk to everyone here in the Zoom meeting and anyone who might be watching it later about what is it to be a mentor. And the thing that I really want you guys to catch is that mentor is being, it's not a doing. So most of you would have probably seen our promo video that we shot a while back. And we're just calling out the different traits of what is a mentor. You know, there's someone who's encouraging, it's friendship, it's guidance, it's someone who's wise, it's transformation. But at the crux of it all is that a mentor is actually anybody. You know, anyone can have these traits. And I really want to address those people out there who are unsure if you have what it takes, or you don't even know what a mentor is supposed to do. So the best summary I've sort of come across thus far of what a mentor is it someone who's mature in the Lord, they're a little bit further down the road than their mentee, and you're growing in your relationship with God. So to give sort of biblical framework for that, like the Bible is so full of examples of mentorship, right? Just to name a few, there's like Jethro to Moses onto Joshua, there's Barnabas to Paul onto Timothy, there's Naomi and Ruth and Elizabeth and Mary. And these are all imperfect people, right? That God used to pour into the next generation and the generations after that. But of course, the best mentor in the Bible is Jesus. And Jesus mentored his disciples, his imperfect disciples, who then went on to mentor the emerging church. And I think we all know that the disciples, they were just ordinary people. They weren't like people of high esteem. They weren't particularly well educated or anything. God was using ordinary men and women to show the extraordinary works of God. And Jesus's way of mentoring was purely relational. He came alongside his disciples in everyday life and taught them alongside them. All his parables were about everyday life things. So really mentoring is just a type of discipleship, and we're all called to do this and all can do this. So I really just want to encourage you that you don't need to be anything extraordinary. You don't need to have any particular experience. You don't need a degree. You just simply need to be that few steps further down the road so that you can turn back to those guys following along behind you and say, look, there Jesus is. So you'll know that you're right for mentoring if you're over 25. That means you're just that little bit further down the road. If you love God and if you're seriously pursuing a relationship with him, if you've got a pair of ears to hear, eyes to see, and hands that point towards God, then you've actually got what it takes to be a mentor. So I really want to encourage you that that's really all that you need. And we will support you along on the journey. So a mentor is who you are. It's not what you do. So I really just want to flip it across to Casey now, who can, just tell us a bit about the structure and, what the commitment to mentoring is going to be like. But thanks, guys.
Thanks, Erica. So I'm Casey. I've been here at Discovery Church since the start of 2020. So I've a lot of the time felt a bit like a secret member. I am a counsellor and social worker who loves both the joy of being a homebody as well as an outdoor adventure thrill seeker. I've been a mentor and had a mentor throughout different seasons of my life. And I just feel really passionate about people always having someone that they can look ahead to, as well as someone that they're leading in faith. And I'm really excited to be part of this initiative that is giving people a way to access that at our church in Discovery. So I'm going to chat a bit about kind of the structure and the practicalities of this initiative. At this stage, the collective mentoring initiative is going to be trialled for the next 6 months. So we're aiming to review how this period goes and see what changes need to be made for the next year. As Ben was saying earlier, like we're really hoping that this mentoring initiative lasts for a really long time and continues year after year. So if you do want to sign up to be a mentor, the time commitment for now is 6 months. This gives you the opportunity to give it a go. See if mentoring is something that you have time and capacity for ongoing. And in the near future, we want it to be that each year you can have the opportunity to recommit or step away for that season. So ongoing, we would expect that our mentors can commit for 12 months at a time. The reason for that is that consistency is key in any relationship, and the same goes for mentoring relationships. Just like Erica was saying about Jesus living everyday life with his disciples, that kind of relationship takes time and regular meeting to develop. So this year, for the next 6 months, the expectation is that you would be able to commit 1 to 2 hours either fortnightly or monthly. The frequency that you meet is totally up to you and will definitely depend on how quickly you're able to build rapport with your mentee and how busy each of you are. However, at least once a month is what we'd recommend for a healthy and growing mentor relationship. We want you to know that if you do really get along with your mentee and you get to the end of the 6 months and you really want to continue pursuing the friendship and it's working really well, we totally want to give you freedom to go ahead with that. Otherwise, splitting it up year by year also gives the opportunity that, maybe if you want to try something different or go with someone else or take a break for the season, there's freedom to do that too. So the aim of mentoring is to empower and develop your mentee. So the way that you would spend time together will primarily be led by them. However, if you're feeling a little bit lost about how to spend your time with your mentee, some ideas we've thought about are, just going to a cafe for a coffee or going for a walk and talk around like Riverdale Lake, somewhere nice near you, praying together, reading the Bible together, potentially doing book studies if that suits you better. Obviously, we're currently in a season where these catch-ups would have to be over Zoom or potentially a socially distanced walk within your 5Ks, which is not ideal in this season. And obviously we would love to just have the freedom to catch up and meet in each other's homes. But it also really highlights for us the need for mentoring in this season while we're locked down and things are highly limited. So next steps, if you haven't signed up already and you're thinking about signing up, the process looks a little bit like this. There's a short form to fill out with a couple of questions just about yourself. This is so that we can learn a bit about you and match you with a mentee that's suitable for you and for them. One of our aims is that you feel supported by us and that you feel confident in your role. So over the next, I think hopefully within the next 2 months, we'll be running a training session. This will cover things like goal setting, listening skills, boundaries and expectations. A lot of it might be common sense knowledge. So we're going to aim to make it fun and engaging. And it's just so that you can feel completely comfortable in your role as a mentor and know what your job is as a volunteer. And during that time, during the next kind of 2 months, we'll be aiming to match you with a mentee, and someone from the staff team will be contacting you to let you know who that is. And yeah, as I said before, our team is here to support you every step of the way. So we're also going to aim, hopefully, to check in at least twice over the next 6 months. That would just maybe be a quick phone call, see how you're going, checking in, see if the match with your mentee is going well. And that gives you an opportunity to give us any feedback, any concerns or things that are going really well. And we're here to support you in how to work through that. Also, having said that, we're available outside of those phone calls anytime while you're volunteering with us. So yeah, that's all I had to say kind of about the structure of what mentoring will look like at Discovery Church. So I might flip to if you've got any questions about anything